Hello! Please welcome the iconic OPM singers and real-life couple, Jessa Saragosa and Ding Dong Avanzado. Kinukwento ko kay Kuya Ding Dong na nung gumagawa ko ng demo tape, nakahilera na yung mga platinum gold album ni Miss Jessa Saragosa.
At anong year yun?
Tagal na. 97, 98, 99, di ba? Those were the talaga.
Panahon ng bakit pa days.
Magkakilala na kayo ni Ding Dong nung time na yon.
Actually, before Bakit Pa, before she was launched, we had a chance encounter sa Octo Arts kasi pareho kaming Octo Arts nun. So we met each other sa office, tapos pinakilala siya sa akin. Yun lang. Little did I know that she would become the phenomenal diva later on.
And your wife.
And my wife.
Yun ang pinaka-importante.
Yeah, but I still remember the first time you were introduced to me. Tapos, after that, nung pumutok na yung Bakit Pa, tapos talagang every station ata, laging yun na lang naririnig ko. Talagang, grabe itong kantan to. Tapos, you know, and then, hindi mo na alam yun. Napapanood ko yung mga interview nun. Gandang-ganda ako sa'yo.
Pero before magkaroon ng Jessa Saragosa, may Ding Dong Avanzado na sa music industry.
Oo.
The kilabot of mga kolehiyala. Di ba? Siya ang crush ng bayan ng mga...
Tsaka napapanood ko siya nun sa Itbulaga noon.
Yes.
Eh, nasa Little Miss Philippines pa lang ako. Kasi 11 years ang gap
Oh
namin.
my gosh,
Oo.
grabe. Ano impression niyo sa isa't isa?
Ako alam ko lang, si Ding Dong yung hitmaker. Marami siyang hits, gano'n.
Ang impression ko kay Jessa was, maganda ka. Tsaka, di ko talaga alam nung yung boses mo, wala akong idea. Then nung pinakilala ka, sinabi lang na ikaw yung magiging recording artist nila. But then, yun nga, I saw you sa TV, tapos tinignan ko, sabi ko, ikaw yung pinaka,
Maganda.
sa akin siya yung pinaka-attractive.
Oh, wow.
Pero, nung narinig ko yung boses niya, sabi ko, ibang distinct eh. Di ba? So, in fact, naalala ko yun nung when we were already going out, I was asked by a reporter, anong nakapagpa-in love sa'yo kay Jessa? Ano sabi ko? Boses niya.
Ay, ang cute naman.
Boses na.
Pero alam mo, totoo yung sinabi ni Ding Dong. Pag nakarinig ka ng isang kanta, alam mo kagad pag si Jessa Saragosa yung kumanta. Dahil nga, unique yung boses niya. Tsaka,
Distinct.
usong-uso nung time na yun, kapag malaki ang boses, di ba? Parang, uy, bago to
oo.
iba.
Kasi sanay yung Pinoy sa birit, di ba?
Yes.
Pero yung kay Jessa, there's a certain soul, yung distinct quality. Yung kanta nagiging kanya because nga distinct yung boses niya. Any song, she would sing, na-test ko na yun eh.
She owns it.
Yeah, she owns it. And it becomes so interesting to hear. It's so refreshing to hear actually.
Almost 2 decades na ba kayong married?
More than 2 decades.
Imagine,
21.
more than 2 decades, pero yung admiration sa'yo ng husband mo, ganun pa rin. Parang nasa ligawan
I'm
stage.
blessed.
Oo nga, parang nasa ligawan stage pa rin kayo, no?
Dapat siguro you just keep it exciting, hindi monotonous. Ako, I hate yung parang that you just get into a certain pattern or habit na ganun. I want to keep things exciting. Like, I want to do certain things spur of the moment. And I always try to give her compliments whenever I can. Biglaan lang, hindi niya ni-expect when she least expects it.
Pero nung pinakilala siya sa'yo, may naramdaman ka na ba kagad na, ay, ito mapapangasawa ko? May ganun ka bang
Wala.
naramdaman? Parang normal lang. Hindi mo kagad naisip na parang may something.
Wala, kasi alam nung time na yon sobrang focus talaga ako sa ginagawa ko, sa career. May pagkaseryoso talaga ako sa lahat ng bagay.
But I'd like to add, no, kasi we met a couple of times. Pero yung officially na nagkatrabaho kami, that's when we started to develop the relationship. Dun actually yung turning point talaga eh.
Kailan yun?
January 7 to year 2000.
Pati yung date talagang hindi nakalimutan, January 7.
She had a show in Pampanga. Concert na yun. Tapos guest ako. That was that turning point. When I met her there, hindi na kami naghiwalay magmula nun. Sa rehearsal, nakita kami. First time ko nakita. And for me, this is like, sobra akong attracted sa babae na, yung alam mo yung white shirt lang and jeans, tapos walang makeup or something. Pagpasok ko sa rehearsal studio, nandun siya, naka-cross leg pa. Naalala ko pa yung, ano ba, nagte-text ka
Uy,
pa.
grabe yung details. Yung attention niya to details.
Pagkapasok ko yung ganun, Sabi ko, hi. Tapos yun yung time na, yung hi niya iba na. Parang, hi, ganun siya. Tapos, nag-usap kami. Tsaka iba yung glow niya that day, talaga yung aura niya. In my mind, siyempre, ganda nito ang ganda ni Jess.
Sexy pa.
Oo, tas sexy. Pero hindi ko, at that time, hindi ko tinitingnan yan. Hindi ko na tinignan ko. Charot. Hindi. Parang may na-sense lang ako. Ako lang. Sabi ko, parang may, sometimes you see, kasi ano yung ano niya, yung medyo warm, may pag-warm. Dating sa na-meet ko na yung banda. So turn ko na yun eh. So dapat aalis na lang siya, no? Pag pumasok ulit, kasi tapos ka na eh. Sabi ko, meron tong chance. Pumasok na siya. Tapos nag-goodbye. Bye-bye. Eh sabi nung producer, kailangan mag-duet kami. Sabi ko, sige, wag ka na lang mag-aral ng song. Kung ano yung alam mo, aaralin ko na lang. That was my way of, I have to get her number. Kasi ano yun.
Ganun pala mga pasimple.
So I called her. When I called her, that was supposed to be 20 minutes. Kasi tatanungin ko lang, ano yung song, paano ko makukuha yung study, and all. Alam mo, that was supposed to be, 10-minute conversation? 2 oras na nag-uusap kami.
Hindi nga.
Oh, and we were,
Saan na napunta yung usapan?
dami na namin conversation.
So sabi ko, gusto ko talaga siya makilala. Gusto ko siya makasama. Gusto ko siya makausap.
Pero alam mo, gets ko siya kasi kaya ka na-interest sa kanya.
Kasi
Siguro
opposite
dahil ang
eh.
conversation niyo is about real life.
Yeah.
Very
Real.
perceptive of you. Yeah,
Tsaka,
that's
marami
actually-
ako natututunan sa kanya.
Yun nga.
Yes.
So parang sabi ko, ang sarap ng feeling
Oo.
Diba?
So, kailan na nagka-feelings?
I was already attracted to her and parang alam ko na I would pursue. Siyempre, hindi ko naman alam kung anong magiging ano niya, but I was very encouraged by her response. Like, yung conversations namin, we were hitting it off. Nalaman ko, homebody siya. Kasi hindi ako mahilig ng party-party. I don't smoke, I don't drink, walang ganon. Siya, hindi rin siya ganon.
Kung body ako,
So,
trabaho, bahay, ganun
I mean,
lang.
those things were very positive signs na, And mabilis lang eh. 6 months after, we were engaged.
6 months?
And then a year after, we got
Basta
married.
nung time na yun, sabi ko, parang gusto ko makilala tong taong to. Oo, naramdaman ko na yung, interesado akong makilala yung pagkatao niya.
Yun nga yung time na pag-meant talaga kayo. Kasi ako naman, I was 11 years apart kami. So, she was 21, I was 32. But yung circumstance, sabi ko nga sa kanya, siguro if it was a different time, baka hindi tayo nagkatuluyan or something. But yung sa estado ng buhay, it doesn't matter na, I know she was with her career and all, but when it's there already, yung timing. I'll be honest, prior to her, I thought, Tony, hindi na ako mag-aasawa. But with her, yeah, we had our differences, but somehow, there was always a common ground and that we were comfortable with each other. I think the age gap also helped. Siguro, mas mature ako. So, mas mellow na ako, hindi na ako mainit ng ulo or something. So, nakatulong yun. Dahil kung sa mundo ng showbiz, alam natin yun, daming mga pressures, yung mga intriga, issues. If I were younger, I probably would not have dealt with it the way I did. And siguro we wouldn't be around today. Kasi daming mga showbiz couples, they don't make it, di ba?
Maraming trials.
Kahit nung boyfriend-girlfriend pa lang may mga trials.
Meron na.
Meron na.
Meron na.
Tsaka very publicized yung aming
Relationship.
relationship.
May mga
daming
pinagdaan. Isa pa lang, yun pa nga lang, doon po makikita yung pagsubok na pinagdaanan namin. Grabe yung how things were being twisted and siyempre showbiz eh. Doon namin pa nalaman na talagang siguro para sa isa't isa kami kasi we stood the test of time. Sometimes we felt like it was us against the world.
Nung time na yun.
Kasi there are others parang bakit sila? Hindi man sila ganun. May mga ganung mga naysayers, mga ganyan. But I guess we can safely say now we proved them wrong. Kasi we're still
after 2 decades.
After 2 decades.
Siguro naman.
And we're still working at it. I mean, the relationship is...
Constant work.
Yeah, it's a constant work. It's a
It's a
lot of...
work in progress every day.
Yeah.
Marami ka pa rin talaga matututunan sa kanya.
Yes.
Akala mo, dahil asawa mo na yan for the longest time, ilang years na,
Ano yung naramdaman mo sa kanya? Bakit nasabi mong siya yung the one for you?
yung mga qualities na gusto ko sa maging katuwang ko sa buhay na sa kanya, mahaba yung pasensya. Articulate, tsaka yung smart, eloquent. So very important sa akin yun kasi yung communication. Inisip ko, paano ba kami magko-communicate ng taong to kapag mag-asawa na kami? So, yun yung mga nakikita ko sa kanya. Tsaka family-oriented.
Paano nyo na-handle yun? Pareho kayong artist, pareho kayong singer, pareho kayong nasa industry. Usually, pag gano'n nagkakaroon ng competition eh. Paano nyo na-balance yung sa inyo? Na
It's very important na bukas yung mind mo sa realidad and kumbaga, yung realidad, yung relationship namin. Di ba, pag uwi mo ng bahay, hindi na ikaw si Jessa, diva. So I'm just Ding Dong's wife and I'm Jada's mom. Ganun.
The real you comes out.
The real, ikaw yan. So, pag naintindihan mo yon na that's reality. Of course, whatever we're doing, it's work, it's part of who we are also. But the reality is, we're husband and wife first, di ba? And we've decided, it's a choice that we made that we would be like this. And
Pero nung 21 ka, na-engage ka na nun? Nung
21.
Eh, paano mo hinandle nung tinanong ka ng management mo, ng parents mo, ng family mo? I'm sure na, ate, engage ka na, magpapakasal ka na.
Sinabi ko lang na na ito na yung gusto kong gawin sa buhay ko. Ready na ako. Alam ko yung ginagawa ko. Gusto kong, sabi ko nga being Jessa Zaragoza is by chance, but being Mrs. Avanzada is by choice.
Oy, ganda naman. Di ba naiiba rin ang dynamics ng marriage when you're raising a teenager?
Oo.
Yeah.
Talaga, sinabi mo.
Oo.
Talaga.
Kapag baby Iba yung baby, nilalaro mo lang
Lalo na as a dad, yung change. Jada and I used to be very close.
Mas sila yung magkasama.
Daddy's girl ang babae.
We were
Tsaka
playmates. I was the one.
sila yung naglalaro ng Barbie.
Ako yung, siyempre, lalo na sa States, kami lang naman Ako yung taga-gawa ng dollhouse niya, tsaka yung, and not only that, video games and all. Ako nag-introduce sa kanya ng mga ganun eh. Si Jada, we're pals, right, Dad? We're pals, right?
Kayo ang best buddies.
Yeah. Tapos, siyempre, nung umano na siya, siyempre, nagbago na yung face ng buhay niya. Adolescence, puberty. Dumating yun. Biglang, medyo distant na siya. Parang, bigla talagang, parang, hindi ko alam kung nahihiya siya o naiilang siya. Nawala talaga
Hindi
yung...
na masyado kasing yuwaya ka.
Tapos pagka,
Katulad ng dati.
yayakapin ko siya.
Emotional si Ding Dong. Bakit gano'n?
Parang
Iba
na ano
na
siya. Parang hindi ko alam kung
Naiilang na.
naaalibad ba. O naiilang. Parang ano ba to? Tapos, siya parang na-hurt ako.
Mama lang muna.
Na-hurt ako. Tapos, lalo na ngayon, pag mga conversations nila,
About boys.
siguro, whatever, mas more sa kanya. Ako, pag-usapan namin lagi, tungkol sa music niya, tungkol sa kung ano sa anything related to her craft.
Nagsesepunks na siya doon sa, where's my baby girl?
Yeah, where's my baby? Sarang wala na talaga. Sabi ko, anong nangyari?
Actually, ako may ganyan ako nabasa, tapos na-teary-eyed nga ako. May picture ng mommy, tapos baby. Tapos ang sabi doon sa picture, I hope one day when you grow up, you will remember that I was your best friend. Sabi ko,
Parang naiyak ako doon.
Ang dami nagsasabi actually sa akin na ganyan na enjoy your kid na ngayon, sobrang lapit
yeah.
sa'yo, ginugulo ka pag nagwo-work
Oh,
ka. Yung pag gusto
Totoo
kumandong
yan.
sa'yo, tapos may ginagawa ka, bitawan mo lahat. Because tomorrow, pag gising mo, magugulat ka. They have a
Iba na
life of
siya.
their own. Oo. Tapos, di ba, eventually, na she's an adult, she will fall in love, she will have her own family, tapos
Exactly.
babalik kayo sa kayong dalawa uli.
Mismo. Yan talaga yan.
Ngayon pa
And to think and I was present, Dad. Nandun ako yung significant moment ng buhay niya, nandun ako. Pero nakita ko yung nag-change siya, yung talagang, parang parang di ko I guess
Parang di mo yata kaya.
Parang kanta mo yon. Parang di ko yata.
Parang naano ako
Yun na
talaga.
talaga papasok na yung parang di ko yata kaya. So, nandun na kayo din sa stage na yun kahit papano because Jada is carving her own career. May sarili na rin siyang life. She has her own group of friends.
Meron siyang sariling schedule.
Sariling schedule. So, parang, hindi, bumalik kayo dun sa dating kayo lang uli, dalawa lagi.
Parang ngayon, lalo na ngayon, nag-shoot na kasi siya.
Oh, di ba?
Naiwan lang kami lagi sa bahay.
Kaming dalawa na lang sa bahay.
Parang nesting.
Sabi ni Jada, sige,
Emptiness.
iwanan ko
Emptiness,
muna kayo.
emptiness.
Dinosaurs kasi tawag dun sa amin. Sige, mga dinosaurs, iwanan ko muna kayo. Kasi maghabulan muna kayo dyan sa farm.
Oo nga, di ba? Ano pag nasa bahay kayo lang dalawa uli? Di bumalik yun dati.
Kaya pinag-usapan nga namin na ganito tayo, Hana. Huwag tayo maghihiwalay, ha? Tayo. Ganyan na kami.
Inaabangan namin pag umuwi siya, kahit madaling araw, from work. Gising din kami.
Alam mo, parang alam ko na yung ipe-play mong video sa wedding ni Jada pag kinasal na siya. Yung sinasabi niyo sa'yo na, I'm your best pal, right? Ako, lagi yung remind yun because yung father is a daughter's first love.
Yeah.
'Di ba? May stage talaga na pag 20s ang mga anak 17, 18. Talagang parang awkward, ayaw mo sa daddy mo. Pero towards the end,
Babalik.
marirealize mo ang first hero ko tsaka yung first love ko talaga, yung tatay ko.
Tsaka alam mo, biggest pag sa akin, kahit di naman niya sinasabi, although, she does thank me from time to time, but when she talks and certain nuggets of what I tell her comes out,
Lumalabas.
na ano ko nun kasi, nakikinig ka pala. Parang, alam mo yun, my approval or my opinion matters to her.
Totoo yun kasi nabasa ko rin na anything that a parent says to their kid becomes their inner voice. Becomes the inner voice that they listen to and they always go back to. So when they make decisions in life, parang naka-embed na yun. Ay, sabi ng daddy ko. It affects their major
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah.
Pero what makes Ding Dong a good father or a great father for you?
Itong asawa ko, loving talaga eh. Alam ko na hindi lang siya good provider financially. Yung pag-provide niya ng security sa aming mag-ina, sa family namin.
Kasi security is not just putting food
Yeah.
on the table. It's not just providing the income. It's everything. It's how you secure her emotionally. And same with Jada, how you put things in perspective. You were put in charge for your household for a reason. And part of that is it's not all about the money. It's money comes and goes. It's security is really how you make them feel. And I'm glad to hear that from her, that she feels secure.